Top of the morning, Raider Nation. We are here. We are live, baby, on another day of the Simone Raider Show on this Wednesday morning. And everything becomes official today as it pertains to free agency and all the players that have signed or agreed on terms to sign with certain teams. But certain teams, didn't uphold their part of the agreement and want to give certain players back, which we're going to talk about in today's video, right? But a lot of things become official. We're going to also talk about the whole Raven situation that went on last night. I know we went live for that. We talked about that just a little bit, but we'll talk about it a little bit more because even more news has come out this morning on a lot of details. And the Ravens, one thing I'll say, they ain't slick with the way they've been moving in the past 12 hours. They definitely ain't slick with how they've been going about things. But as it pertains to the Raiders right now, it seems as if hey, the Raiders have Maxx Crosby back in the building. They did say, Maxx Crosby did say in his goodbye video that at the end of the day he wants to come back to the Raiders and retire a Raider. But damn, I didn't think it was gonna be this soon. And yeah, I did. I even as emotional as I did get. It is what it is. I wasted my tears on the ooze, but if he stays with the team, he stays. If he goes, he goes. But at the end of the day, it's all about the Raider Nation, baby. But we're going to talk about all of that today. Shout out to the chat one time for the one time. I see Dominique up in here. Yeah, I ain't going to cry no more. Who's not right now. At least for now. And until the next trade, then I'll cry again. Shout out to Lance. Shout out to Trey B. Shout out to Eric, man. We just getting in here, man. And I know everybody's just waking up to a lot of the news. I know usually we go live at 8 a.m., but today we pushed it back a little bit. Because of me, that's on me. But without further ado, I got to bring on the big Oos, honorary Oos, Mr. Joe Morley, man. How we feeling? Especially after getting some rest after the news that broke last night, right? And waking up this morning. Do we feel any different than we did last
Uh,
night?
no, just waking up and realizing that we were all right, that the Baltimore Ravens and Eric DaCosta are pieces of shit, and then they back out of their deals, and dirty business over there. Dirty business in Baltimore. I mean, technically, they broke no rules, but like when you are negotiating and that's a negotiation in bad faith, like that's dirty. And you not only do you make the Raiders look bad, you make the NFL look bad, and you make Maxx Crosby look bad. Like,
Yeah, and I think that whole situation that went down last night was just it was crazy in itself. And we were both talking about this, and we were like, you know what will make the Ravens look even more badass? Is if they win now and sign Trey Hendrickson. And hey, breaking news this morning. Trey Hendrickson is signing with the Ravens on a 4-year, $112 million deal. So if those speculations didn't go away yesterday, I think that they're still going to be there right now. And like I said, they ain't slick with the way they've been moving. And the way it looks, they had a plan in place to bring Trey Hendrickson in back out of the Maxx Crosby deal. They got cold feet. They got their 2 first-round picks back, right? And they spent they spent a little bit less than what they would have paid Maxx Crosby on Trey Hendrickson. But hey, it is what it is. How are you feeling after this? Because when I woke up and I seen, I said, "Man, this is some BS, bro. There's definitely some BS. There's no way you can tell us. There is no explanation for the way that they went about this. The Raiders, the NFL, everybody and their mamas know that the Ravens purposely backed out of the Maxx Crosby trade just to get their first round picks back and go out and just sign an edge rusher that, I mean, they already had a premier edge rusher on the team. Well, I guess not officially, but basically had planned for a premier edge rusher. But now after signing Trey Hendrickson, how you feeling about that?
I just laugh. I laugh at it because we all saw it coming. Hey, shout out to Tom Pelissero that every Raider fan didn't like when he was announcing the Maxx Crosby stuff, right? But shout out to him because he is holding the Ravens accountable. He is the only NFL insider that is actually speaking the truth and saying that it's dirty business what the Ravens are doing and going out there and signing Trey Hendrickson. And you know what the crazy thing is? Trey Hendrickson is 3 years older than Maxx Crosby. And he has more medical red flags than Maxx Crosby. And he's recovering from a surgery that he just had in December and hasn't cleared yet. And he needs to take a physical. But I guarantee you this. I bet you he passes his physical. You know why? They got 2 first-round picks connected to him.
Oh
They
yeah,
got 2 first-round picks.
they're probably not even gonna look at him, Moose. They're probably go, okay, you're good, you're good, we're good. We got 2 first round picks. We don't have to check your ankle. We don't got to check anything else. Man, it's crazy because looking at this move and looking at how the whole situation went down, man, I can only feel for Maxx Crosby, only for the mere fact that them and the whole family, they were ready to move. It was they had everything in place. I think they got over it, just as Raider fans got over it as well, right? With the whole situation, just for them to come back. I'll say this, that it kind of feels as if, I think Maxx Crosby, we might get the best version of Maxx Crosby this year because I think he got an even bigger chip on his shoulder. And I think for me, I'm like, I know that there's a lot of different avenues that the Raiders can go in as to whether they want to keep him. There's still teams that are interested in him, but I don't know if they'll get the same price as they did when the Ravens traded for him. But who knows? Who knows?
Yeah, teams are going to try to lowball the Raiders now. Now they're going to be like, I don't even know if we want to get Max. He might, his knee don't look that good. And that's one thing that came out today. It said the Ravens were okay with Max's knee short term, but not long term. Excuse me? Like, what were you expecting to get 10 years out of a 29-year-old guy? Well, he's 28 right now, but going to be 29 by the season starts. Maxx Crosby, when he's in the game, he doesn't come out of the game. He plays 97% of the snaps every single season. He has mileage on him. He's not going to last 5 to 10 more years. But you were banking on that. That's why Baltimore made the move, is because they felt that they were right now a championship team, and they have a window of 3 years of winning the Super Bowl. So why not bring him in? Where the Raiders were feeling that they're 3 years away from being contenders, and that's why they were trading him away. It's not because, we need Max 10 years from now. No. You felt your team needed that playmaker. That's why you traded for Maxx Crosby.
Exactly.
That's why you were doing it. And all of a sudden, the media got a hold of you, your fans got a hold of you, and everybody said, because remember yesterday, Trey Hendrickson's price was what, $40 million? He was trying to go for $40 million?
30, 40 million, bro, and he didn't even get that.
Yeah, and he made less money because the Bengals offered him $33 million a year last year, and he turned that down. So he lost money on the market going over there.
Yeah. Man, shout out to the chat, man. Shout out to Raider Deb up in the chat, man. Shout out to everybody. Raider Yo, Ramon, Just Raiders, baby. I see you guys up in the chat, man. Good morning, good morning. But yeah, it's crazy to see this whole notion. And not only that, like, to add more insult to injury, right? Max's agent, CJ LeBoy, put out something yesterday after we got off the live, saying that Maxx continues to be on track in his recovery, and if anything, is ahead of schedule. According to his surgeon, Maxx remains on track to return during the offseason program and will undoubtedly return as the dominant game record he has been for the past 7 years. So he's putting it out there. They know that is BS. They're like, well, what the? Because I know they got caught off guard, right, with the whole situation, and yeah, shout out to Ari Marv. Another tweet that I seen too was the fact that this is what he tweeted. And I was like, you know what? This is how we all feeling. He said that the Ravens have not said a word yet. And as a result, the overall perception around the NFL is that Baltimore got cold feet on Maxx Crosby's deal, realized over the last few days that Trey Hendrickson had a little market, and pivoted to Hendrickson, breaking what many view as a trust agreement teams have with each other. Not a single NFL person has been able to explain Baltimore's point of view yet. There are a lot of people angry. And you know who is angry, is? The Indianapolis Colts. Did you see the report that the Indianapolis Colts, Trey Hendrickson was set to sign with the Indianapolis Colts until the Ravens backed out of the Maxx Crosby deal, and that just goes to show you that it doesn't only affect the Raiders, but it affects a lot of other teams as well with this whole situation. Because we even know that there's a lot of other teams out there that would have given the Raiders those 2 first-round picks maybe, but they spent a lot of their cap on players that they have on their roster right now, and some players might not, and some teams might not be able to give up multiple cap space. And the whole thing about the injury, right, or the whole thing about the physical, is the fact that nothing was a secret. I think every team knew that Maxx Crosby just got a surgery, and everybody knew there was nothing to hide. The Raiders had nothing to hide. If anything, the Raiders wanted to keep Maxx Crosby. So if there was a team out there, and if there was any questions that you had about Maxx Crosby's situation, I'm sure that the Raiders were really transparent with that whole situation. So it's not like they went into the situation knowing, oh, we didn't know he had a surgery or whatnot. No, everybody knew that. So like you said, and you stated before, NFL teams, they have their own medical doctors, and they could do whatever they want. They could pass players, they could fail players. I mean, the Raiders. We talked about it yesterday. The Raiders, I would say, uh, did it years back when we had Roger Saffold, right? So we understand it, and I know that they felt some type of way, and it's just a sour feeling, and it just kind of sucks. I'm happy to see that Maxx Crosby's back for right now, right? But we don't
Yeah.
know if he's going to be in the building. If he stays for the season, I'll be more than happy. I'll be more than happy to keep him on the roster. I just think that the Ravens. I think that they're still dirty for the way they went about it because I think we had a plan in place. Even going into the NFL draft, like you said, we didn't even have a chance to go and do our mock drafts.
No.
Like we didn't even get to go do our mock drafts. I mean, they need to pay us for our time. It was because I went and looked at a lot of Ioane tape. I went and looked at all these other options and the NFL draft at 14. And now it don't mean nothing because we don't got another first round pick. But
Yeah, and
crazy situation is.
it's a shitty situation, and like you said, like it's a win-win for the Raiders because if we traded Max, we got 2 first-round picks. If he comes back, our roster is now better, right?
Yeah.
Like now we have Maxx Crosby, Nakobe Dean, Quay Walker, and you keep Quiddy Pay, and like your defense is a lot better when you bring Max. It's not like, and we talked about it. It's not like the Raiders wanted to trade Max.
No.
He asked for it. They said, "Okay, we'll move you." Now, Max was already in the building this morning, 6 a.m. this morning, back to doing his normal thing. Hey, just keep going down the line because, like you said, it was never hidden. The Raiders never hid it. And I don't know if you saw that report by Diana Rossini, who said that
Mhm.
when the Raiders made the trade on Friday, they sent and gave everything to Baltimore, everything,
Yeah.
and told them that he wouldn't be ready until May or June. And so they knew all this. It just, like you said, I mean, there's not much more we can say. It's just that if this is the way you do business, if this happened in your fantasy football league, right?
Oh.
That owner would be the guy who's playing, that your friend or whoever it is. Bye. You're kicking him out of the damn league. You're kicking him out of the league.
Oh, for real. When you burn that trust with everybody else, especially in the NFL, then I don't see no other team really taking you guys seriously, and it's really a slap in the face to not only the Raiders but to the rest of the NFL the way they went about this because now nobody can really trust you with making deals, and especially after, like I said, like just hours later, going out and signing Trey Hendrickson at the same position that Maxx Crosby was, and like you said, like Diana Rossini put that out, there was nothing that the Raiders were hiding. The only way it didn't go through is if you didn't want it to go through. And the Ravens haven't really made a statement. I think you talked about it yesterday, that they were frustrated that the Raiders didn't they held back certain things. I'm like, they didn't hold back nothing, and everything falls back on them. They know that they look like the bad guy in this situation right now. So the Raiders, they just got to clean stuff up. I know Maxx Crosby came home last night, and the Raiders are scrambling. They're trying to figure stuff out, and I know that the Raiders are really frustrated with the situation as well. And Diana Rossini put out, something saying that the Las Vegas Raiders, or she said that basically she got a source that texted her saying that Max is going to be a monster this year as an FU to Baltimore, and I really do believe that. And knowing Maxx Crosby, he does hold grudges, and he definitely takes a lot of things personally. So, like, to me, it looks like the Baltimore Ravens didn't feel like Maxx Crosby was worth what they gave him, and they felt and they got they backed out of it, and that is disrespectful to Maxx Crosby and the type of player that he is, and that's why I hope that the Raiders keep him and make things work. I know a lot of people have been asking about the situation with the team and whether or not they'd be able to keep him around. But yeah, the Raiders can definitely keep Maxx Crosby with the players that they did sign. Like I said, they just got to move a lot of money around or figure stuff out because you still got the NFL draft and you still got the players that you need to sign in free agency today. But you good over there? Because I know you're frozen. Okay, the Oos is frozen, I think. That being said, though, Raider Nation, man, how we feeling about this situation, though? Because I know for me, It's just crazy. Like I said, I'm not mad that we got him back. I'm just more frustrated in the fact that they went about it. And I know John Spytek and them, they feeling some type of way as well because they had a plan in place, and I think they were going to go into the NFL draft thinking that, hey, we might go and try to add another player, and maybe we could adjust these certain positions, and then until then, we'll go and adjust those positions in the NFL draft. Shout out to Raider Yo for the $5 donation. Says Max about to play like a man on a mission now. I feel for the I feel for the op quarterbacks. LMAO. Yeah, Oos. Yo, I feel the same exact way, and that's why I said I recently just said I wouldn't mind keeping him on the roster just for the simple fact that he might just pop off this year and show out. But it is a crazy situation. Jeremy Fowler. See now, look at Jeremy Fowler just put something out saying, "Oh, not just put some, but oh wait, no, that's not new." Yeah, no, this is okay. Let's. Oh no, no. Okay, we got the ooze back.
My
There we
bad.
go.
I clicked on the wrong button.
Oh no, you good, you good. But yeah, that
No, no
yo Raider,
problem.
yo, I agree with you, and I think that he will be a man on a mission this year, man. And it's crazy. And you know, it's funny. Somebody brought it up. Hendrickson had a hip surgery in December, and I wonder if that's going to affect anything, right? Because I think that they're going to pass his physical like nothing. But
Yeah, that's what I was saying. He has more red flags than Max does, and they're gonna pass him. So
yeah,
it don't matter. Like you said, the problem in the NFL is you don't have a unified physical. So every team, 32 different physicals that you go through. So every team could pass you no matter what. And you've seen it before. There's been other trades. There's been where they pull it back and then they go like Roger Stafford. The Raiders didn't sign him. The next day he went to the Rams, signed back, and did all right. Had a pretty good career after that. So it
yeah,
just depends. When we talked to Maurice Hurst at the Super Bowl, we are talking about his heart situation during the draft, right, and how he
yeah,
dropped. And then the Raiders still felt comfortable in drafting him. They just had questions about it, but they still were able to take it. Where some teams took him completely off the board
yeah,
and said, "No, we're not even bringing him in. We're not even testing him." So it's, I think that's the issue, and maybe there is going to be changes to the NFL tampering period now, where you know what, they're done with this because they can't. This is a big, uh, um, this is a big shit stain on the NFL. Like this not just the Ravens and the Raiders. This makes the NFL look horrible because this is headline news. This is This is you're an elite star player, and it knocks it out. And this is not what the NFL needs. It's not the bad publicity they need
yeah,
to show that there's dirty practice, dirty negotiations going on at this time. And so it is. I think it's a bigger deal than it is, and I think it will eventually. I think the GM and owner meetings
yeah.
are at the end of this month. So
I
John
agree. Yeah, and
John
I agree with
Franklin
you.
better walk in like, "What's up, brother? What's up?"
Yeah, because I agree with you on that, and that's something that I think a lot of people has been talking about, and now like with this situation because it's such a big it's such a big uh it's such a big deal because it's a big premier trade that the Raiders made, and it's a player that's highlighted amongst everything, and I do believe that the Raiders, or not the Raiders, I do believe that the NFL needs to get rid of the tampering period. I mean, what was the whole point of keeping it? I mean, having a tampering period if players can still back out of it. Like I know that there was a lot of situations like that before, but this one I think is such a big deal. But I honestly do feel like, on top of that, like the NFL needs to do something about the Ravens situation. I know that they won't do anything. I feel like the Ravens aren't going to get any, like nothing's going to happen to them for this. But it's just crazy that they could do this and get away with it scot free. But if this leads to the NFL getting rid of the tempering period, then I guess that's a win, right? But
Yeah, I
what
mean, there's no point to have it if you're going to have players back out of it and you're going to have teams back out of it because if we went to if day one Trey Hendrickson would have signed somewhere, I don't think we're having this conversation. The
mhm,
problem is Trey Hendrickson overvalued himself, went for that 35 to 40 million dollar range. At the end of day one, he's looking at himself going, "Damn, I didn't even sign with the team yet, or I don't have a team that wants to pay me that." Had to end up taking less, and was like, and And then that's when Baltimore entered, and Baltimore's like, oh, we actually have a chance at him. Okay, let's do this.
Yeah.
And so, because if Trey Hendrickson doesn't go, if he was not available today, Maxx Crosby passes his physical. Somehow
Yeah.
he would have passed his physical. So that's the yeah. It's time to get rid of it. We liked it because we love the news and we want to be all part of it. But at the end of the day, if it's going to put a black stain on the Raiders, or not the Raiders, but on the NFL, it's going to make the NFL look bad because like this is just a big trade that happened this year. But we've had players agree to deals and teams agree to deals and back out of it too. Like Frank Gore did it a couple years ago, right, where he was going to go to a team and backed out. I think the Eagles, and he backed out of it. So if players aren't going to be held accountable for a handshake and teams aren't going to be held accountable, it's time to get rid of it.
Yeah. No, for reals though. It's so if they do get rid of the tampering period, does it still start on like that Wednesday, or would it just start on Friday on Monday type deal?
It would start well. Everything that had just happened the last couple of days would start today. It would have been like at 1 o'clock today. Boom, start their season.
Also, they wouldn't even be tampering, or they would get in trouble for tampering, I guess, right?
I mean, there's always tampering. It's just not legal tampering. Like that's what they
Yeah,
call it, legal tampering.
that is shit legal
So there's
tampering.
always tampering out there, and you can get in trouble because uh, and sometimes it slips out there. But yeah, there's always some kind of tampering. But this was just a legal tampering period where basically the NFL was trying to. They like their ratings. They like when people are talking about the NFL. They don't
Yeah,
like negative news. They don't like negative impact on
yeah, and the crazy thing is like, um, damn, what was I gonna say? I forgot. I just lost my train of thought right now. Just lost. But yeah, like you said, they don't like negative news, and knowing the situation is like, especially if if you put a 13-minute goodbye video on social medias, that should be a trade final. Like that should be the trade is
it.
already done, right?
Yeah,
There's no way to go back on it. Now you got Maxx Crosby. He shot that whole thing for no reason, and now he got to archive it. He got to put it away. At least he got to be a Raven for what 2 days, 3 days, right? He got to be a Raven for 2 to 3 days, and now it's like, you know what? I'm better off being a Raider, right?
Flock Nation, Flock Nation.
Flock Nation, man. But yeah, I seen this. It was kind of funny, but I was like, man, I do feel for it, but like it's the crazy thing is like the Ravens, what they did wasn't illegal, but it still was shady as fuck. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know if you have the Tom Pelissaro one, but exactly what he says. He goes, it's a presumption around the league, and that's what most GMs and owners are mad about this morning. Is if you make a trade for a high profile player like this,
Mm-hmm.
knowing everything that's been out there, because it's not like this, like you said, it's not like anything's been hidden about the surgery. The dude posted, Maxx Crosby posted it on Instagram. Um, that you take the assumption and you take the risk with it, and you don't back out of it, and that I think that is what's rubbing everybody wrong today,
Yeah.
and it's part of it. But hey, the good thing is we get to talk about Maxx Crosby again. We get to talk about
Nah, man. I was like, I was already over it, man. Like I was getting over it, and I was like, man, we get to move on. We get to move on, and it is what it is. But like now we got to talk about it even more because we don't even know if he's gonna stay with the team or move on, right? Like there's still a lot of options out there, and we heard that there's a lot of teams that's still interested in Maxx Crosby. So who knows if he's gonna stay? But like I said, if I'm Maxx Crosby, if I'm the Raiders, I definitely would love to find a way to keep him on this team though, and we just go run it back, especially with the players that we got. Like look at the team that we have defensively, the players that we brought in. Quay Walker, we got Quay Walker and Kobe Dean. We brought in Teron Johnson. We got Eric Stokes back, Malcolm Kuntz back. We brought in Quiddy Pay. I know that's the only person that I know a lot of people are like, if anybody you could back out of that deal. But I don't think that it'd be hypocritical of us to back out of that deal. Well,
it.
it's not hypocritical because we got done wrong though. But still, make it
Yeah,
work for
but
both.
I don't think that people understand that Max being back elevates Quiddy Pay,
Yeah.
and you're already looking at like Quiddy Pay is Quiddy Pay is a really good run defender, just like Max. Like Actually, all we had 4 really good run defenders right there, and then you add Max and what he can do in the passing game, and then Quiddy Pay also gets a bunch of hurries and like that might be the underrated guy that we've always been looking for to pair with Max, right? And we've always tried to get the high profile guy like Chandler Jones and Christian Wilkins to pair with Max, but you never look for the underrated guy that's just like Quiddy Pay. And I saw that yesterday. Everybody's like, back out of that deal, back out of that deal. It's like, no,
Yeah,
add the Quiddy Pay with Maxx Crosby, and you're gonna have a good deal.
yeah, I don't see no reason into doing that though. To be honest with you, but yeah, I'd rather keep all the players that we have, and just move forward it and just ball out with Maxx Crosby. I don't think it should change anything in the way we're perceiving things. But you know
The
that,
only thing it changes is moving forward. Like I'm sure the Raiders had
yeah, that's
money set up where they were like, okay, we're going to set this and go after these other guys in the free agent market. And now that's where they're readjusting, going, oh crap, now we have a $30 million bill. We can't sign this guy, or we have to readjust something and then go back and sign him.
well,
Because
yeah,
the Raiders still have a couple holes they need to fill.
yeah.
That's the one.
But good news though, according to Ian Rappaport, the Las Vegas Raiders have confirmed that they will commit to all of their free agency signings despite the Ravens backing out of the Maxx Crosby trade. All the signings will become official today at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time when the new league year begins. So, I mean, that's good news, Zeus. That's good news. We just talked about it, and I don't think that they're going to move on from anybody. That, like you said, I don't think it changes what we've done already, but I do believe that it's going to change how the Raiders move forward with all the moves that we do make. But this is good news to hear, and I guess just happy about it. But yeah, I think that this team we become I think top 15 defense easily if you keep Maxx Crosby around and with the team that we already have on this roster right now. And I know there was a lot of players that were excited to get him back. Well, let's just hope that he stays with the team though. That's the only thing that I'm just worried about though.
So I'm looking at over the cap. That's what I like to look at. That's my favorite one for the salary cap. With Maxx Crosby back on the team and everything that happened today, with Quiddy Pay on there, with Taron Johnson, with all this, the Raiders they have $37.9 million to still spend. We talked about it yesterday. They need what 25 million ish, or not anymore because they
No,
just lost
21 mil, I think.
They need about $20 million for their draft picks. So and then they can restructure, like we said, they can restructure the Max deal. They can restructure Colton Miller's deal, and that could save them at least another $30 million if they needed extra money to do so. If they wanted to move around, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So they still have the eighth most money to spend, even after bringing Maxx Crosby back. So you're good to go. Baltimore, on the other hand, they restructured Lamar Jackson's contract today.
Oh, did they?
They
So
opened
for
up
more money?
they opened up about 70 million, so they now have $58 million to spend.
All of a sudden. All of a sudden. Shout out to Dub9 Raider says Ravens just tainted Max, insinuating he has serious health issues. The guy's been durable as hell, plays more snaps than anyone, and always full effort. Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's a big L for the Ravens at the end of the day, and I think everybody's seen through their BS already. We know we know we know the situation though. Nobody has to really say anything. It's just a bad look on the Ravens, and I know Max, like I said, is gonna have a chip on his shoulder. He's always out there. He's always gonna compete, even when he's injured. He's always gonna compete. Heck. The whole reason why he was mad, he still wanted to play the last 2 games of the season, even though he was hurt. So, we know the effort is there with Maxx Crosby. It's just seeing what the Raiders are going to do moving forward, though. That's my biggest question.
Well,
And
there's only one person we need to hear it from,
oh,
and it goes back to the same
here
conversation
we go. Here we go. Here you go. Right back to where we started, man. Right back to square one.
because people were already telling me this morning in my comments and stuff. Max is staying. His agent said that he's ready to play for the Raiders, and I go, remember, there's only one person that speaks for Max. He tried to make that clear. There's only one person that knows what's going on. Max, and then they go, Max is back in the building this morning. He was back in the building all the way up until last Friday too. So unless Max wants to come out and say like, hey, you know what? We'll stop it. I tried to do the trade stuff. It didn't work out. This
Yeah.
is what we're gonna do.
Wouldn't that be funny if Alex Guerrero was just sitting at the HQ looking at him come in and was like, oh, shit. He's probably like, oh,
Like, what's that? Like, that Hi. Hey.
Hey, Max is walking. Shut the fuck up,
And
bro.
Max is just playing the music. Like, guess who's back?
Back again. Come on, man.
What's up? Yeah. I mean, I don't know. And you gotta. I don't know if the Alex Guerrero stories are true or not, but
Yeah.
you hear the different stuff. But if it is true, like I said, even Max walking in the building this morning, he after like it's a very awkward thing now because you say your goodbyes. Like not that people are gonna not welcome Max back, but it is awkward when you say like, "Hey, I've done it before, dude." Like I'll show you. I'll share a personal thing. I don't know why I would, but I pissed some people off at my place one time, and they promoted me right. And they said, "You're getting a promotion. You're going to be promoted in 2 weeks. Go get your stuff and get ready." The Friday before I was supposed to promote, so I went 2 weeks going, "Yeah," and we had party and everything. They said, "No, we're not going to promote you no more." So uh, I went back to my normal job, and I was like, "Oh shit." So I've been there before. I know how it feels. I know how it feels personally. Like it's awkward to go back like after you say your goodbyes, after you think that you're going somewhere else, and you
Mhm.
go right back to it. So there's gonna be that little awkward stage, even Raider fans. Like say this first time Max misses a tackle, they're gonna be like, "Man, we should have traded him off to Baltimore or something." Like, like they're gonna talk shit.
Nah.
Or they're gonna call, yeah, they're gonna be like, "Oh, Max is only here because nobody else wanted to take him." Like that's the kind of stuff you're getting. Come on, we've gotten worse comments than that.
I feel like a lot of I feel like more like whatever Raider fans was over there talking ish about Max are gonna be like changing their tune a little bit, right? No,
I don't think. I mean,
maybe I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, this is the Raider Nation. They don't kind of back down to nothing. So,
They don't back down from anything.
but like I said, like Max tried not to put it out there that he wanted to be traded, right? Until the last minute, and then it came out, and then he apologized. He did a 12-minute video, but now he's back, and there's people now. Everybody knows that he didn't want to be here, and now it's like, hey, uh, he's here. But most of us know that hey, it's a damn good thing that he's back on the field. It's a damn good thing that we get
Yeah.
to see his leadership. And then you add Maxx Crosby with guys that have won at other positions. You add Maxx Crosby, with an offense, we don't know what happens. Like it could be a good thing, right? Like the Kansas
I
City
would,
Chiefs have lost a lot of people in this free agency. It's not like the Chargers are out there lighting it up in free agency right now because they've lost some people. The Denver Broncos are releasing some of their guys, and they're not out there
yeah.
being aggressive. Like this is our offseason to kind of catch up to them, and bringing Max back elevates our rebuild just a little bit more
Oh,
because
yeah, for sure.
we don't have to wait for that draft pick to develop.
Yeah, and but it definitely like I said, if we could make things work and he stays, I think our team is already better because this isn't the same team that uh was here when Maxx Crosby left. So we
Oh,
definitely changed in like just a matter of 2 days. Literally changed it. We revamped this whole team. Brought offensively with the offensive line, defensively with the two linebackers that we added, even the trade for Tehran and bringing some players back. But shout to Casanova says that the Cowboys have the number 12 pick, number 20 pick, Bears have number 25. I think Max will get moved. I mean, if there's teams out there, I don't think that the Raiders are going to get what they want. But there are reports saying that the Raiders are going to stick to their guns. John Spicek is not going to move off of his asking price. So if there is a team that is willing to give up those 2 first round picks at least, then maybe we could talk. And I think there's a team out there that might have all the ammo to get Maxx Crosby, and it's like look at the New York Jets. They got all the ammo to trade for Maxx Crosby if they really wanted to. Maybe reunite Maxx Crosby with Geno Smith. That'd be something, right? That definitely be something. But looking at the situation, looking at the numbers, it seems as if the Raiders cap space went from 121 to 37.9. Oh, this
yeah,
is this is with Maxx Crosby on the books, is what they
yeah,
said. Right? Basically, this is what we have. You say 21 mil, like we around 20 to 21 mil for the draft class, right? If we keep all of our 11 picks that we have right now, this is what we would have left. Still more than enough to get some depth pieces and maybe a backup veteran quarterback for the cheap or on the low. But still, it changes a lot of things, and the Raiders have to pivot. And I just said this like yesterday. I was like, why can't we just have a regular offseason? The whole Max Crosby situation was already like a crazy offseason in itself, but just to add the fact that this changes up a lot of things moving forward,
Hey,
it's kind of crazy.
what did Brian tell us this morning?
What did he
All in
say?
autumn win. He said there's only one thing left to do for the Raiders with Max coming back. If the NFL wants to be against us, there's only one thing left to do: win it
Yeah,
all.
win it all,
Win it all.
win it all. Like
Win the whole damn thing is what he's gonna say. Max Crosby got to walk in there and be like, "Look, I might not have want to been here. I'm here now, but there's only one thing left to do: win it all. Win the whole damn thing."
no, for
Now,
real. Yeah,
there is a thing come Friday. Remember, I always talk to you about this. Is Max Crosby's contract is the same. So come Friday, I think it's 3 days from now, or what's today's the first day. So come Friday, guaranteed money kicks in on his contract. So the Raiders have to either agree with Max to kind of kick that back a little bit, so he can
yeah.
have a way to work, or they can pay him on Friday, or they can trade him by Friday. So there's that little deal in Max Crosby's contract that is due on Friday. Let me see exactly what it is. It says
Some people are saying over the cap. Billy says over the cap says 50 million. 50 million cap space. Okay, if it's 50, then okay, that's a little bit more than this though.
I
Uh
have over the cap on right now. I
does
just
it
told
say
you.
it?
I just told you what it was.
Oh, this is what it says via over the cap. Oh, this is over the cap. What the fuck?
Yeah, over the cap is 37.9.
Yeah. Oh, 37.9. Here it is right in there. I'm just pulling up what I see though. But this just puts into perspective what the Raiders want to do, man. And unless John Spytek and them really were thinking and looking forward to the draft to have that second first round pick and get an extra player, then they could still move on from Max Crosby. But we don't know for sure what's gonna happen. And like you said, it'll all be shut down if Max Crosby comes out and says something, or if the Raiders release a statement saying that he's going to be a Raider this year. Those are the only two things. Or if
So
we get, or if we get news that if we get news that they restructured his contract, does that kind of put into perspective that he's going to stay?
if they restructure his contract, he's staying. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
We get
Okay. So those are the only three things then is this Max comes out and says something, the Raiders issue a statement that he's gonna stay, or we get news that he's gonna restructure his contract. Those are the three things for sure we can say that he's gonna be.
so here it says right here. His 2027 salary of 29 million is guaranteed for injury only and will vest to full if he is on the roster by the third day of the 2006 league year. So basically, if he's on the roster by Friday and they don't work, okay, there's going to be a difference. If they restructure his contract for this year, meaning 2006, and lower that base salary, they're keeping him. But if they put if you get a notification that says the Raiders and Max Crosby agreed to like push the date back of the salary for 2017, like the guarantee, that's a different one. That means they might be looking to trade him, like that. But only if they work on the one this year and bring that down, which they can, which they can move it down to like $7 million, a cap hit of $7 million, but that's on them. But
Yeah.
I'm just saying like that if they keep him, they're guaranteeing him another 27 million next year. You know what I mean?
Yeah, a lot of money to be played around, man. But if it were up to you though, Joe, I don't know if I asked you, what would you want to do? You in the GM's shoes, what's the direction that you would go in?
So I mean, if you told me I made all these moves because, and then I get to keep Max Crosby, I'm keeping him. Oh, I'm keeping him 100% because I'm looking at the money we have. So like you said, we have about $15 million to spend. Let's go out there. $15 million can get me a backup running back. It could probably get me an offensive lineman that I need, and it would probably might take me out of the safety market, but I could get that in the draft.
Yeah.
If I can go get one or two more, maybe possibly three more free agents, uh, I'm good with it.
I'm with you on that boat. Like that's where I'm at right now. Is I want to keep Max Crosby around. I rather have him on this roster with the new players that we do have, and I just figure out the situation moving forward. Like if we got to give up another position that we were trying to go out and get, then we'll do that. I don't mind addressing some positions and being cheap with it, and then in the draft going and address those positions. But I think that this team is better with Maxx Crosby than it is without Maxx Crosby, with all the extra additions that we have on this team. So, like I said, I think we're both in agreement there, and we just got to wait it out. We just got to wait it out and see what happens, though. Well, with Maxx
Yeah,
Crosby. Now, something I want to bring up real quick, kind of talk about just a little bit. Yeah, it's been all Maxx Crosby for the past 24 hours. I will say, but he's fighting with Bam Adebayo for being out there, and then these are probably the two biggest topics in sports today, or in the past 12 hours. Is Maxx Crosby and Bam Adebayo going out and breaking, or not breaking a record, but becoming the second highest scorer in NBA history in the game, scoring 83 points, surpassing, move over Kobe. Bam Adebayo has taken over that second spot, man. How you feel about this? Did you? I didn't really notice it. I know everybody was talking about it, and then I seen more of the highlights and people post. I said, "Damn, 83 points! God damn!" But how you feel about that?
yeah, because he had what, like 43 points at halftime, something like that,
Yeah,
and nobody. It was over. It was over. That's what shows you. That's what shows you that NFL runs this country, because the Max Crosby news overtook this, which is a huge
yeah. This is huge
accomplishment.
news. Yeah.
Something that, like you said, there's only three people that have scored 80 points. So it's an amazing feat. But did anybody watch it?
No,
That's the thing. Like, that's
no.
what sucks about it. Like, but hey, good for him. Like, good for him. Um, but I don't know. I don't know. Is 83 points good, or does that just show that the defense in the NBA sucks?
That's great, bro. I mean, everybody's gonna look at that and be like, "Damn, he goes in history now." And I don't get the people complaining about the free throws. I mean, it's not his fault. The Wizards the one that fouled him, right? So I mean, it is what it is. And complain about it however you want to complain about it for certain people. I think it's a great feat, and it's huge testament to him and his game. And I wouldn't have expected that out of Bam, out of all players. But hey,
I
it's history.
I didn't watch the game, and somebody just said in the comments, unethical hoops at the end of the game. I from what I've read is that towards the end of the game is like they were trying to let him break the record, like go for 100 and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So if that's true, that's
Well, it's the same thing with the whole Kobe Bryant situation. Literally, all his teammates let him score, and they let him do everything that he needed to do, instead of, like, they just let him run up the score, and that's how he got the 81 points. And he was playing a sorry ass Raptors team, and the same thing could be said for Bam Adebayo. He was playing a sorry ass Wizards team, but hey, uh, congrats to him. He's number two, so it is what it is, and it's still crazy though. I thought I seen it this morning, but like you said, I really don't feel I really don't feel like anybody really care. Well, I guess we didn't care. I didn't care about it. I didn't notice it because I don't really watch NBA until the playoffs play. But and especially with all the Max Crosby news. But shout out to Bam Adebayo, Asia Wilson. I know she's having a good time over there. But shout out to Bam Adebayo for breaking that record. I thought I'd just bring that up real quick. But yeah, the I well, some good news came out today. Oh well, just not too long ago, Brandon Aiyuk is getting released, so that means that the Raiders could go get their wide receiver one without having to trade for him.
Brandon Aiyuk is out there. Oh yeah, he's out there, but
Well,
I mean,
what does this mean? Is
what does it say?
no, I was looking at the picture that you sent me.
Oh, the Caleb Williams one.
Do you think that I think that the Bears still pose a threat though. I wouldn't put it out the realm of possibility though.
Well, yeah, I think everybody who missed out on a pass rusher is
Oh yeah, because there was multiple teams looking at Trey Hendrickson.
yeah.
Yep. Yeah, yeah, right. So everybody that now now this puts it in perspective, right? Maybe Caleb Williams is onto something. Maybe the Bears, who were on, were interested in Maxx Crosby, might get him. Might get him. We'll see. But yeah,
Yeah,
uh,
and the Brandon Ayuk thing, I mean, there's Caleb Williams, and we've known that was Max's preferred situation of where he wanted to go. But Brandon Ayuk, do you really want him? Like, he had a nasty injury. He didn't play all of last year. And then he's been acting kind of crazy. And Raiders with crazy wide receivers.
They don't
We,
go hand in
yeah,
hand.
we haven't worked that out. And I mean, there is a connection, right? Clint Kubiak had to be in San Francisco at the same time, right? Or am I not seeing that? I know his brother's there. Let's see, Clint Kubiak. Um, before he went to the Saints, right? He was with the 49ers.
Hmm.
So that's gonna have to put him. It's gonna have to put him with Aiyuk. Let's see how Aiyuk did with him. Um, so it's the 2023. He was the passing game coordinator of the San Francisco 49ers, where the Niners went 12-5. And Brandon Aiyuk, where you at, dude? Where you at? Brandon Aiyuk, 105 targets, 75 receptions for 1,342 yards and 7 touchdowns. So that's when Kubiak was his passing game coordinator. He had a hell of a season. That's when they went to Super Bowl. No, is that
I,
it?
I think so. What year did you say again?
2023.
I think so. I think so.
But I mean, like Aiyuk wants to get paid, but I think Aiyuk has made it very clear that he's going to go to Washington and play. He wants to play with Jaden Daniels and the Arizona reunite the Arizona team. Adam Peters, who's the GM of the Washington Commanders, was in San Francisco as well, so they kind of have that going for him.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Raider Yo said right there, we don't need the drama. Like we already got drama already. Like we thought we
Yeah,
were
he
drama free.
doesn't want to play for the Niners. It's nothing more than that. Ayuk won't make it in Vegas. Yeah, I'll take Ayuk. Some people will take him. Some people won't take him. Hey, you know why I always keep my mind open to options, even though he is a little bit loco, is because hey, when Michael Crabtree became a free agent, I was on board with that, and everybody thought that was crazy. And he became one of our best wide receivers in the past decade, I would say. But speaking of the Niners, though, some big news. We finally got our gay kicker. Let's go. The Raiders have officially signed Matt Gay today. This is one of many moves that the Raiders are going to make today, but make official today. But hey, shout out to Matt Gay, man, coming over here. But I'm, I know Joe Morley's waiting for a jersey, and we'll.
Hey,
Hey, Cheeto, hit us up with a jersey.
you
We
don't
gonna
see the
need.
number one comment on that post is
I did
mine.
see it. I see it. Look at we got Joe Morley over here. When will the jerseys be available? Come on now.
I said asking for a friend, and somebody's like, "Why Simone Raider?"
Hey, we fun to get a lot of Niner fans converting to Raider fans this year. They gonna want that gay Raider jersey.
Like, look at this. Well, you know how
Man, Christian
we
Wilkins coming back again. Well, what's his name coming back?
how we have that Charger zero rings one.
They're gonna have the gay
People are
jersey
going to
like
think that
that.
this is the way to do it, and they're going to buy this jersey. Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, I still don't understand the signing. I guess because of the special team coach. Like, I still hope the
Yeah,
Raiders bring in a young kicker during training camp. It doesn't not somebody that's been here, but a young like undrafted free agent or somebody that can come in and kick for us as well, and see who the best one is. But
yeah.
I don't know. That's just Gay doesn't do it for me. I guess Gay doesn't do it for me.
The what? Oh yeah. Gay doesn't do it for me either. No
Telling
offense.
you that the Bears have capital to trade for Max. The Bears have always had capital to trade for Max. It's just that the Raiders have a price in mind, and it's 2 first-round picks. The Dallas Cowboys offered a first, a second, and a player, and the Raiders were like, "No, we want basically 2 first-round picks." And if you can meet that, now there is a way where I would only take one, and that's if like the Washington Commanders called with number 7 overall. I might be like, okay, because that's a top 10 pick, right? You know what I mean? And you already know what you're getting. Um, and if the Rams keep call, I might take an easier deal because they have number 12. Or no, not number 12. What do the Rams have? The Cowboys have number 12. Rams are up there too, right?
Yeah.
What are Rams? 13
Wait.
NFL draft.
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry, I don't have that. I'm trying to think of exactly where they are, but I know they are up there. So those would be like the teams that I would talk to. And if the Cowboys try to give me some bull crap and they're like, we're only going to give you number 20, not number 12, I'd be like, no,
No, we want
not
that
happening.
12. But I don't know if they give it that 12, I don't think they're gonna give another first or even second. They might give like a third or something like that. If they want to do that.
Where are the Rams? Who wants to help me out? Where are the Rams at?
Oh, my bad. I should look that up.
Oh, the Rams have. Well, they traded that one, right? They
They
traded
traded
29.
29 away. They traded 29 away to the Chiefs. In return for they got 13. They got 13.
Okay, so yeah, so if I can get 7, 12, or 13, I'm kind of looking at it differently.
Yeah. I don't know if they get if Dallas. I mean Dallas has if I don't I yeah Dallas ain't giving up two first. That's for sure. If they give us 12 and 20, nah, hell no, they wouldn't do that.
Well, they weren't going to do that to begin with, so
Yeah,
they,
they weren't gonna do that. They were only gonna give
Dallas,
us.
Dallas already showed you their best offer, and now they might be like, we don't even want to do that.
They might
Why?
just say, okay, you can have 20. You can have 20 and maybe a future second. That's it. No player.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of other teams that would want them. Like the Colts, who almost signed Trey Hendrickson, they're going to be out, but they don't have first round pick. They already traded it, so
Yeah.
they would be out of it. Because like you and I were talking about, we want a first round pick this year. We want that pick. If you're going to trade Max, you want that first round pick this year. Because somebody brought up yesterday, I think they said Jaguars, Brian Thomas for a 2027 first round pick, and we were like,
Hell
no,
no.
I'd rather.
Like at that point, there's no need to trade away Max Crosby. Like for me, like if the offer doesn't seem right or it doesn't seem good, then I might as well keep Max Crosby. Like BTJ would be nice, but a second and BTJ is not enough. Even if you throw a first at BTJ, I don't think it's enough. But yeah, I'd rather keep him on the team. Yeah, they say the Bears, the Eagles, the Bills could possibly be a team. The Jaguars. What if the Jaguars gave us like Trayvon Walker and, and somebody who's or
Yeah,
the Lions. The Lions could give up Ali McNeil.
you know who has money and they can make the deal. The Seattle Seahawks.
Do they have them?
They, they have money, but they have the. But do you want the 32nd overall pick? That's like,
Fuck no.
and then well, New England would be interested in him.
Yeah, you know who has a first round pick for us is the Ravens. The Ravens got a first round pick for us. But they got it back though. They definitely got it back though. But yeah, I mean, so far nothing's gonna become official till later today. But it's
So are we still looking at free agents today? Like, do you still want some free agents? Like, who are you looking at?
I think the biggest thing for me, I think we kind of talked about it, is the fact that the Raiders, I would still want them to go get a backup running back, go get a veteran quarterback, any of the three guys that we've talked about, Joe Flacco, Kirk Cousins, uh, maybe Russell Wilson or Jimmy G, whoever it may be. Like I think this today is more like depth. I don't mind. I don't think that the Raiders are going to be really aggressive now. I think if anything, they'll sign some low key players. Because I think that the biggest thing over our head now again is Maxx Crosby. What are we gonna do with Maxx Crosby? And we just got to figure the situation out there and see whether or not the Raiders want to keep him or move on from him. Because if we move on from him, then we can still be a little aggressive in free agency. If not, then we kind of gotta relax a little bit with some of the trade with some of the moves. So I think once everything goes pen to paper today, and hopefully Linderbaum signs that contract. I just want him to sign that contract and we be straight dudes.
Hey,
Like that's
just
the main
make it
one I'm
through
worried
the
about
wild
is
card and everybody signs. Like, that's the main thing, huh?
yeah, I don't want pen and paper. And once they do, then we be good. It was shout out to Raider Yo for the $5. He says Ravens screw Max's trade value this season. Keep this year and try again next season if you want. I don't think that they need to. Like it, the only way that they'll do it is if Max is literally like tired of the team and he's frustrated and he wants to leave. Well, I think that the Raiders are going to be much better than they were last year. Not saying that they're going to be playoff contenders or they're going to be in the playoffs, but it could happen. Crazy things have happened, but I think that the Raiders are going to be more competitive, and I think he's going to find that juice to want to play for the Raiders yet again. Somebody says absolutely not on Jimmy G. Okay, okay.
Jimmy G, but people have jerseys. They don't.
Yeah, we can save. Like, you guys got to think about it. Bring players back that play for the Raiders, so you guys can save y'all money on y'all jerseys that y'all spent on. You know, but yeah, as of right now, there isn't anything new. Oh dang, Donald Trump tweeted on the Raiders. Now the corrupt Ravens are illegally signing Trey Hendrickson after illegally entering, then backing out of the Maxx Crosby trade. This is a shameless franchise of felons and thugs. I am taking sleazy Steve Bisciotti to court, and crooked Roger Goodell will join him.
Who
Rigged.
made that fake ass shit?
It says, it's Steeler. I guess the account's called Steeler J Trump.
Yeah.
Let me.
Well, I'm down for it. I mean, whatever. Like, Trump is best friends with Crosby, right? Or
He's best friends with Crosby. I guess so.
remember that when there was a bunch of Raider fans that tried to cancel him because he took a picture with Trump?
I know. Disappointing, huh?
It's
But
just
yeah,
like,
there goes a tweet right there. Breaking news by Mr. Donald J. Trump himself. But yeah.
no, Mr. Steeler Trump. So, like, yeah, it's just I don't know. Somebody was asking earlier what Baltimore fans are thinking. Baltimore fans are going to try to twist it where they did nothing wrong.
No, there are some Ravens fans that are annoyed by this as well. I've seen, and I seen some Ravens fans saying, they're kind of happy because they're like, that apology letter or not apology, that goodbye video that Max made. They was like, it didn't really feel like he wanted to come to the Ravens. It seemed more of oh, I'm just sorry to the Raiders. And I'm like, shut your ass up, because he spent a lot with the Raiders, and it means a lot to him. Us. But
Yeah, and then I'm just like, and our friend Josh the Go is already out there saying, hey, we got a top 10 defense. We got a top 10 defense. We're going to playoffs.
we got playoffs.
Playoffs?
We talk about playoffs. Yeah, no, but with that being said, though, I mean, shout out to the nation, man. Shout out to the fans out there, man. We just wanted to kind of talk about it. I know we kind of talked about it a lot more last night, but today I think free agency is going to be hopefully like yesterday. I thought we were chilling. Yesterday, and I thought, okay, it's good to have a chill day. Of course, all that news came out last night, and then now looking at today, I think it's going to be a chill day. I think that the Raiders are going to just get their free agents in and out, and then figure out what they're going to do with Maxx Crosby. If there are any signings, I think there are going to be some low key signings, some depth piece signings. But outside of that, I don't know if the Raiders are going to make any splash. Next thing you know, the Raiders might trade Maxx Crosby and get a huge return. That'd be crazy. If the Raiders do end up trading Maxx Crosby, then we'll come on here and we'll talk about it live with you guys. But shout out to you guys, shout out to the nation, man, and hit that like button on your way out, man. Until then, it's your boy Saborn Raider.
Yeah.
John Morley.